Welcome back, folks, into another video, everybody. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Prices Are Too High. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to episode 20. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is having a great Wednesday. Hey, Darlene, welcome in. We have 3 people in here. Welcome in. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to a new episode of Prices Are Too High. So, in this podcast, we're basically going to be talking about why do people live beyond their means. And I feel like this is a pretty interesting topic. I think we can all agree, a lot of people nowadays, they live beyond their means. And a lot of people, they will do anything to impress the world. Whether it's their friend, relatives, anything. And a lot of times people just act like they got it. They act like they really got it. So, hey Chris, love your content. Oh, thank you, Edwin, appreciate it. So before we continue to this podcast, I just want to make sure, let me see here. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Can you guys hear the mic? I just want to make sure. Can you guys hear my mic? I just want to make sure. Yes, Edwin. Nick is my mod. Oh, I just want to make sure. I just want to, before we go on with the podcast, I just want to introduce you guys to this brand new DJI mic that I just got yesterday. So this costs like about $100, but I feel like it was, well, I don't know yet if I could say it's worth it, but I want to make sure. I didn't test it on the Prism app. I didn't test it, but I probably should have tested it before I went on, but it is what it is. It's hot. Yeah, I do have fewer mods. I don't need a lot of mods because I don't really get a lot of people like that. Now, my live streams start to pick up, then I will add more mods. My name is pronounced Yoen. Haha, not to be rude. Oh, Yoen. Okay. All right, I'll try to remember. Yeah, I'm not. Some people have names that's a little bit. Yeah, some people have names that's hard for me to pronounce, but it is what it is. Can you guys hear the mic? I just want to make sure that you guys can hear my mic. I just want to know if you guys can. If you guys can hear my mic, just let me know in the chat. So you could just type yes or type no. Because it told me that my mic was turned off. You sound the same without it. I sound good? Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that my mic is working pretty good. Yeah, I just want to make sure that my mic is working pretty good. I'm not. Wait a second. Hold on, alright. I don't know what is going on here. Let me see. I'm just trying to make sure that my mic sounds good. I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna just watch my replay later because I'm already running late into the podcast, but it is what it is. Move it away from my mouth. Okay. How do I sound now? Do I sound okay now? Just want to make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah. Darlene says move it away from my mouth. So that's what I'm definitely going to do. I'm going to move. I'm going to try to keep the mic away from my mouth a bit, so that way you guys can hear me loud and clear. It is hot in here. It's hot. Anyways, all right. So let's get started on this topic, everybody. Let's get started. So, a lot of people spend a lot of time living beyond their means, and people will do anything to impress other people, especially nowadays. And I truly feel like, honestly, like I feel like money and material things. Move away from your mouth for a minute. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing, Darlene. That's what I'm doing. But I feel like way too many people live beyond their means. I really feel like people do. And you can hear me good, Nick? All right, just want to make sure. All right. But we're behind, so I want to get started on this podcast. It's not going to be a long podcast. I think I'll make the podcast about 50 minutes, and then I'm going to sign off. Yeah, so a lot of people live beyond their means. And I kind of feel like, in my opinion, like, I've seen it, like, for example, with my dad. Like, so many times, I see him going all out his way to impress others, and in the long run, like, nobody's really helping him out, in the long run. And I've seen it several times, so many times, that people will go all out their way. Hi, Jen, welcome in, welcome to the podcast. People will go all out their way to impress others. And in my opinion, especially when it comes down to trying to keep friends. Now, this is why I learned a long time ago that a true friend really has your back. A true friend will really help you out, because see, this is the thing that really kills me about a lot of people. Like, people will go all out their way for somebody that doesn't even give a damn about them, and in the meanwhile, you going out of your way to take care of people, trying to make other people happy, and meanwhile, behind closed doors, you're miserable. You trying to make other people happy, but you're miserable. And I've always been told, never settle for less. And you got some people, they will settle for less because they they probably don't know any better, or they can't find anything better. And the truth is that, like, I feel like, sometimes people will do that because they don't want to be by themselves. So they pretty much do what they gotta do. They gotta spend money on this person, spend money on that person, spoil everybody, give everybody gifts, just to make sure that they are happy and everything. So, I kind of don't really get it in today's world. I seriously don't. There's no way to live. I dislike how society pressures people, right, Fifi? Yeah, exactly. I don't like it either. I really don't. Darlene says, my fiance works with a lot of bus drivers who really... my fiance works with a lot of bus drivers who drive real expensive cars and have expensive houses, then work their butts off, working overtime and paying them all off. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what happens, It's like, well, my dad's retired, but, like, the thing, he's pretty much footing in all the bills, at the house, pretty much, while everybody else in this household basically gets to do whatever the hell they want to do. So, and a lot of times too, that people will sit there and try to feed off of other people as well, because we've seen this type of generation. Like, sometimes I kind of don't get this generation, because people don't want to get up. They don't want to work for nothing. So they want to feed off of other people, and I feel like it's not right. It's not right. Like, come on. But then some people allow it. So some people really do allow it, but it is what it is. But that's the truth, and that's honestly the reality. So yeah, that's definitely truth and definitely the reality. they want everything handed to them. Yeah, exactly, darling. Exactly. You know, like people like me, I'm outside busting my ass, and right now it's the summertime, so I'm out here busting my ass. You know, trying to keep a paycheck at work. So, and also here's another thing too. It happens all the time at work. Like I feel like too many people are so a lot of us are so busy taking advantage of one another that we refuse to look out for one another. And honestly, it's just sad. It really is sad because, like, I don't get it. Like, if you see somebody struggling and they need help, a lot of us refuse to help them. We're so busy pointing our nose down on them. Like, why not just try to help them out? You know, it wouldn't hurt. I'm not saying, I'm like, if you see somebody hungry, you know, and they have, especially if they look like they have not eaten in days, I'm not saying give them your money. No, don't give them your money. I've been told now, because my pastor was saying at my church that don't give them no money. You know, don't give them your money because you don't know what they're gonna do with your money. So if you see somebody that's hungry, take them to the store and buy them something to eat. Don't give them any money because too many people give them their money. And the thing is that a lot of people in the streets, they lie. They manipulate, they say or do whatever they want. Some people are out there because, you know, you got some homeless people in the streets, they just want the money. They're not trying to get something to eat. They're not trying to make it. They just want money. You know, and I seriously don't get that. Like the other day when I think one lady, she claimed she was hungry, I believe. One time I was in the middle of work. She claimed she was hungry. And actually this was last week. And I had a plate of vegetables. So I was like, here. I was like, oh, yeah. She was like, I'm hungry, you know, can you help me out with some food? So I was like, all right. So I gave her a plate to, I had like lettuce and tomatoes, but she didn't even want it. So I'm like, all right. I just left it alone because honestly, like, if you're hungry, if you really have not eaten in days, if you're hungry, you're basically pretty much gonna eat whatever I give you. So I don't get people. And another thing that kills me too was that people like to be picky about certain things. Like if you need something, people like to be picky about what they need. Why are you going to be picky about what you need? Like if you really need something, why not just try and go and get it? Like that's the part that really kills me. There's a cafe where you can buy food or drink and the receipts gets on the wall. Then people that can't afford it to buy anything can take the receipt receipt to the till and get order. Okay. A woman downtown did that. She said she was hungry. The guy tried to give her a sandwich. She said she didn't want to eat that. Then you're not hungry. Exactly, darling. You're not hungry. That's it. Now, I can understand if you have like allergic reaction or if you can't eat something, if you can't eat certain things because you're lactose intolerant. I can understand that. But if you're just trying to be picky, not hungry. Like, I honestly don't get that at all. Alright, just want to make sure this mic is on. But as I was saying, I've done that. I've had that done to me as well, darling. Yeah, same here, Jen. I've had that done to me too. Like, I feel like it's just kind of effed up. I really feel like it is, but it is what it is. So, but yeah, so every year, I know every year too, there's always new phones, new laptops, new cars coming out. And honestly, I'm gonna just say this though. I know Apple and Samsung, they come out with a new phone. They come out with a new phone, new gadget every year. So we're almost in August. So in 1 month and some change, a month and a half from today, we're definitely going to see the next iPhone. And everybody's going to go crazy over it. And the thing that kind of kills me, I mean, I don't have anything against Apple, but like, the one thing that freaking kills me is that it's crazy how they can charge $1,000 for a phone. Like, that's the crazy part there. Like, I don't know how people can spend that kind of money on a phone. I'm like, that's today's rent nowadays. So I'd rather take that and spend it on the rent here in New York City, because that's how much they really charge here in New York City. They charge that kind of money for rent. So every September, people go crazy over the newest iPhone. Everybody has to have the latest gadget. Excuse me, folks. Got my Bud Light here. Little after work drink. But yeah, it's crazy that everybody has to have the latest gadget. You know, a new iPhone. You know, I gotta have that. Or the latest Samsung. I gotta have that. And also, it'd be interesting. It's also interesting too that half of those people that's buying these new gadgets, they don't even have damn money to afford it. So that's really the crazy part. My phone is I know. Well, my phone's not that old. Well, I'm actually recording through my phone right now, so I can't really show you guys. But I can't really show you guys. But I still have the iPhone 13 that I bought back in 2021 because I did the trade-in. So I traded in my old phone for my old iPhone 11 for the new iPhone 13 Pro. So I did the little trade-off deal because I was not paying $1,000 for a phone. That's a lot. So, but the phone I have, for the regular price for this phone back then was like $1,000. So everybody gotta have the latest gadgets, or whenever people comes out with a new iPad, people gotta have the latest iPad. And some people are spending money that they don't even have. So, which is like really, really crazy. So, you know, like say for instance, the phone costs $1,200 and you only got $800 in the bank. So people are willing to put down a down payment and everything. Now, just to remind you, you have a bill. You actually have a bill. So you got your phone bill, and it's also gonna be more money added on to that bill. So if your bill is like $90, so you're basically paying $30 more. So that extra $30, you basically paying off. You also, the extra money that you paying along with your bill, you paying off the phone. Now to remind you, the phone is $1,200. So if you're doing a down payment, it's going to take you a hot minute to pay off that phone. It's going to take you a hot minute to pay off that phone. So I don't know. It's just crazy. I personally hate doing down payments. I don't like them. I don't want to do no down payments. It's just crazy, and I don't like them too much. I'd rather just pay the whole thing off. So, and same thing when it comes down to a car. Same thing when it comes down to the car. Hey, Jonathan C., welcome into the podcast. How you doing, Jonathan C.? So for anyone that just came in, I just bought this DJI mic right here. So I bought this DJI mic. I've gone the past 19 episodes without a mic. So yeah, I've been past the last 19 episodes of the podcast without a mic. So I decided to go mic this time. So I mean, why not? Because most people use a mic when they're doing a podcast. So, thank you, Jersey Jester. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that it works, but I got this message on my phone saying that the Bluetooth for this mic is off. But if y'all can hear the mic, just let me know in the chat as well. That would be great. But it's pretty much just me in the house, so I'm pretty sure y'all gonna hear me regardless, with or without the mic. But have you tried the wine screen? Not yet. I can hear your voice, but just the back. I can hear your voice, but just background noise. Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna try to move this fan further down because I have my fan on because it's like really hot right now. But yeah, for anyone that just come in, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming and joining my afternoon podcast, everybody. So the topic for the podcast is, why do people live beyond their means? So, and if you have any interesting stories about that, or if you knew someone, or if you even had a moment where you live beyond your means, definitely type in the chat. I'll be happy to discuss that with you guys. Okay, no problem, Jersey. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch my replay and see how this mic went. So I'm hoping that, because I didn't test it on the Prism app, so I didn't test it. So I gotta see how that goes. But anyways, back to the topic. So back to this afternoon's topic. So as I was saying before, so everybody's gotta have the latest gadget, the latest iPhone. Yeah, I'm sorry, back to the whole car thing. Even with a car, I mean, I've never had a car before, but here's this one interesting story. So, like, one time, my dad had bought a vehicle, which was $40,000. I don't know if he's still paying off, but look how he's been paying off that car for a while. So he's really been paying off that car for a minute. I mean, if you think about it. And then a car is a lot of work. You gotta be prepared to take on that responsibility as well. Thank you for that, Nick. Appreciate it. You gotta be prepared to take on that responsibility. You know, there's a lot to it. I can't imagine driving in NYC. Yeah, I know, Nick. I can't imagine either. This is why I don't have a car. NYC, the streets on NYC are crazy. And you gotta be prepared for if something happens to the car. You gotta have money for repairs. You gotta have car insurance, and car notes could be very expensive. Very expensive. Like, they can be very expensive. So as I was saying, my dad bought a car for like $40,000. I think he was paying like $700 and something a month, I believe. So, you know, because he had to have the latest gadget, according to my mom, but he had to have the latest gadget. But it's just what it is. But, you know, but people live beyond their means. It's crazy. Like, I kind of don't get it. So, like, personally, in my opinion, I feel like he could have gotten something much more, actually more cheaper than 40 grand. Because that's a lot. So if you're not rich and you're not making money like that, it really makes no sense to go out and buy a car so doggone expensive. I brought my car right out of the way. I know if I lose my job, I won't have to worry about a car payment. Oh, that's excellent, Jen. That is so excellent. And Emily, welcome in, Emily. Welcome to the podcast. How you doing? For anyone that just came in, I'm doing a podcast. Prices are too high, and I'm using my brand new DJI mic to record this podcast. So that's exactly what I'm using for the DJI. I mean, to talk during this podcast. And the topic of the podcast is, why do people live beyond their means? Sadly, not everyone has the cash for the down payment, but a great example of why it makes sense to try your best to save, so you have that kind of scratch when the time comes. Yeah, exactly, Jersey Jester. You're right. Exactly, Jersey. I definitely agree because I feel like, but then, I mean, people will try to come up with a strategy to save and make sure they have the money to do the down payment. But then you got those irresponsible people where they don't know, they have a lot, you got a lot of people in this world, they have mismanaged money. They don't know how to manage their money responsibly. So they wind up getting themselves sucked into something, like, so they feel like, oh, I could do the down payment, I can do it. And then, the down payment, let's say the down payment winds up being $800 or $900. They gotta come up with that money every single month. So they gotta work overtime. Like, they really have to bust their behinds just to make that down payment. But you put yourself in that circumstance. Exactly. Sometimes irresponsibly, other times it's just fortunate circumstance. Especially if you have family, kids. I understand that gets much harder. Right? Exactly. And then too, like when you have a family, you have to think about them too as well. I think schools should have class that teaches all that. Exactly, darling. Exactly. They should have. There should be a school program, something that teaches people. Like, this is old saying that some people, they be trying to keep up with the Joneses. So that's what basically people be trying to keep up with the Joneses. So they trying to keep up with the latest stuff, the latest gadgets. I don't be trying to do that. That's too much. I don't even have the money to do it. And I'm trying to make sure, I'm trying super hard to save so that way I could be able to move, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So that's exactly what I want to do, because I want to move. So, and I want to have my own place. I need to make sure I have the money so I can be able to make the rent every single month. So a lot of people, they buy the latest iPhone, or they buy the latest Samsung, latest Google Pixel, Android PC, laptop, even the latest flat screen TV, whatever, latest car, whatever gadget they want to have. So whatever latest that they want to have. So, but a lot of times though, like, when people don't think about the consequences, they really don't think about it. And in my opinion, I feel like people should think about the consequences. They don't think about, what could happen if they get themselves into this, if they get themselves into this deep pothole that, they trying to do. And, and some people don't even know what they're doing. They don't know what the heck they're doing. So, before I buy something or before I try to get it, I at least try to make sure I know what I'm doing. Like, some people don't do that. Hey, Susanna, welcome in. Hey, Susanna, welcome in. Welcome to the podcast. Good to see you. How you doing this evening? Same, Jersey. We wouldn't have been allowed to have them at school. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I heard they might ban phones from school. Yeah, I heard about that, Nick. I mean, well, I'm not even in school no more, so I don't have to worry about. I don't got to deal with that problem, so I don't have to deal with it. But I mean, okay, I kind of understand why they're banning phones in schools, but but the thing is that, like, what if there's like an emergency? You just never know. Like, people are shooting up schools nowadays. You just never know. I do feel like the kids should have the phones on them at school, but they should not be on them. Like, I feel like they can come up with a much better strategy for that. Like, as soon as the students or the kids come into the schools, collect the phones, collect them during the day, and then when they leave school, you know, make sure they get back their phones when they leave school. Just don't have it all them. Make sure don't don't have the kids should not have their phones on them while they're in school. That's just what I'm saying. But I don't know. But the deal, I don't work for the DOE, so I'm gonna just let them handle it the way how they want to handle it. I'm not even stressing it because I'm not even in school anymore. Exactly, they want a flip phone so their parents can call if they need to be okay. Yeah, exactly. In my opinion, yeah. And then a lot of times too, also like, phones can be a lot of us get distracted a lot on our phones. A lot of us really do get distracted as well. Um, some gadgets are a big distraction. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they are. I do get distracted a lot on my phone as well. But but at least I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not trying to keep up with everybody. But I feel like too, like a lot of companies like Apple, Samsung, like they just want to put stuff out there because all they care about is just making the money and stuff. Like, they don't care if you're in debt or not. My phone better work when I go back to work in September. LOL. All right, Nick. I'm pretty sure your phone will work, Nick. I'm pretty sure it will. Going back to your main point, Chris. Phones cost lots of people to live beyond their means. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, they do. But the one thing that doesn't really sit with me is that it's so crazy that that a phone costs $1,000. It's so crazy to me. What is it? I think an iPad costs like $2,000 now if you get the Pro. All depending on what you're getting. Like, if you get a 2 terabyte iPad, you're spending like $2,000 on an iPad. It's crazy. So, because I do work at a school. Okay, Nick. All right, no problem. Well, I don't work for I'm not fortunate like you, Nick. So I don't work for the DOE. I don't work for the DOE. I work for a nonprofit. So I'm at work I'm working all year round. Your phone was $900. Wow. Yeah, mine's last time I paid for mine's was around $700, I believe. That's the very last time I paid for my phone. But thank God I did not pay no $1,000, because that's ridiculous. I mean, now if you're buying a laptop, then I understand. If you're buying like a laptop or maybe a computer, then I can understand that you're paying $1,000 for that. But for a phone, that's ridiculous. But people are willing to spend whatever the hell they want. Whatever the hell they want. Either it's because they want that latest gadget just to be wanting it, or they trying to do it to impress other people, impress the crowd. So that's what happens. I had mine for 6 years, LOL. Okay, darling. How is the battery on your phone? Well, I'm charging my phone, Nick, but the battery on my phone sucks, Nick. It sucks so bad. Like, I don't even like it. I don't like the battery on my phone. Like, when I'm live streaming, well, I'm in the house, so I'm good. But when I'm outdoors live streaming, my battery drains so quickly. So I may have to just put my phone on a charger, or put it on a portable charger at lunchtime. So that's what I might have to do. Hi, Viking. Welcome in. How you doing, Viking? Welcome to another episode of my podcast. Prices are too high. So the topic of the podcast is, why do people live beyond their means? So we're basically having a big discussion about why do people live beyond their means. Now, another interesting thing I'd like to talk about Let me see. I'll probably end the podcast in 20 minutes. So another interesting, um, another something interesting I like to talk about is, when it comes down to the weekends, we love to go out, we love to party, this, and that. Well, I don't really party, but I do go out every weekend. I'm not gonna lie, I do. But a lot of us. I do have an issue like with when I go out, I spend a lot of money. So that is an issue I do need to work on. But that's what a lot of us tend to do. I know some of us, we don't like to go out like that, and some of us do. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm young. I'm still in my late 20s. Getting ready to be 29 in a month and a half, so I'm still young. So I kind of get, I think by the time I get older, I'll probably just be like, ugh, been there, done there. I just don't feel like going out no more. So bars in NYC suck. Your wallet will dry. Yeah, exactly. Yesterday, let me tell you this, Jersey Jester. Yesterday I went to a bar because it is so hot. It was so hot at the bar. I was so hot yesterday, being outside. This is when I went and got my DJI mic yesterday. Went to the bar, and I was trying to get a drink. So I was trying to get. Normally, I go to my spot on near Penn Station. So the bar that I go to, I was trying to get a drink yesterday. I was trying to get 2 margaritas, and I'm looking at the thing, so I'm like, it's after 3 o'clock, so I'm like, all right, it's happy hour. So I went over and got me 2 margaritas. The lady told me it's $13. I'm like, what? $13? I'm saying I'm like, wait a minute. So I thought it was happy hour because their happy hour is between 3 and 6 p.m. So it's in between 3 and 6 o'clock. So I'm like, this is why I go to my other spot. The other spot I go to, it's a Mexican restaurant, but they got good deals. Like their drinks, at least they have happy hour every day. At least even, I know some restaurants have happy hour on the weekends. The weekends, it's hard to find a happy hour spot because some restaurants don't have it. So, to be honest, Monday through Friday is like the best days. Monday through Friday, in the evening, heck, during PM rush hours is like the best time to go to a happy hour spot. But then sometimes the restaurants just be packed. So yeah, sometimes the restaurants just be packed. So, and I don't like going to packed bars or packed restaurants. I don't like that either. I know St. Patrick's Day is like one of those days where the bars will be super crowded. So, BTW Chris, how close are you on being monetized? I'm super close, Nick. I am about 250 watch hours away. So I'm at 2.7k watch time hours. So that's how really close I'm there. Either next month or September, most likely I will be monetized. So I'll be on my way to being monetized. So most likely sometime next month or September, Nick. But anyways, yeah. So I'm really close, darling. I'm so close. Like, it's not even funny. I'm a little bit nervous. How's being monetized for you, Nick? I just got my first $100 from YouTube. That was cool. Oh, so nice, Nick. I was gonna ask you, Nick, how is being monetized for you, Nick? I know you was monetized weeks ago. Was this your first ever? I'm trying to think. Is this your first payment from YouTube? You say you got $100, but is that your first payment from YouTube? I'm just trying to figure out how long it took you before you got your first check from YouTube. But anyway, so we're 40 minutes into this podcast. So I'm gonna end it in about 10 minutes, everybody. So it's not gonna be a long podcast. So I'll end in about 10 minutes. But I reach 4,000 watch time hours. That means you get paid on the number of views. Also, you get paid on commercials also. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think was it during my live stream when I was meeting with Joanne, she was definitely telling me that you need the 4,000 watch time hours to be fully monetized and also to get the ad money and stuff. So I don't know how that's gonna work because I never been monetized before. I think I'm gonna have to look at a video and see how that goes. YouTube, they gotta have a video on showing you how the monetization works, on how being monetized works. Sorry, folks. Mouth is getting a little dry. But it's super easy. I will help you if you need it. All right, Nick, no problem. Yeah, because I don't know how to do it. Oh, I'll just look at a video and I'll just look at a video and learn more about how does the YouTube monetize thing works. Hey Juanita, welcome in. How you doing, Juanita? Clothes is another thing people spend money on. Oh yes, Jen, thank you for giving me that. Thank you for giving me another topic to talk about because I was just like I was running out of things to talk about. Yeah, clothes is another thing. It's crazy though. Like people will spend like $400 or $500 on a pair of sneakers. Yeah, exactly, Jen. People will spend like $400 or $500 on a pair of shoes, especially if it's something that they don't need. So I find it really crazy that people will spend that kind of money on, especially if it's the latest Jordans, the latest Nikes as well. Now, if Nikes or Jordans, right? Nike or Jordans, if they come out with like the latest pair of shoes or whatever, then if you like Foot Locker, you'll definitely see a long line. So if you see a really long line at Foot Locker, it means like they just launched a new pair of sneakers. So they just launched a new pair of sneakers. And people are willing to spend a lot of money on those new pair of sneakers, especially outfits. Like, don't get me started. So I never bought anything from Gucci, but Gucci looks expensive. Like, Gucci looks really expensive in my opinion. Like, I don't understand how. They're literally for effing up as you walk around. It's like getting dirt. It's like getting a dirt bike. You want to keep it clean. I like anything under $100. Yeah, same. Yeah, me too, Jersey. Actually, I just got a new pair of shoes from my job for free. So, but I'm like I said, I'm not even a latest person or latest gadgets, latest whatever type of head. I'm not a latest person. I'm not the type of person to keep up with the Joneses. I just don't. I'm not that type of person at all. Yeah, free is great, darling. Yes, it's better than spending $800 on something that you don't even need, or that's not even gonna benefit you in the long run. So that's just in my opinion. So it's better than spending $800 on a pair of shoes that you probably won't even wear for like 6 months, or you probably won't even use for a really long time. So that's just in my opinion. People spend lots of money on TV and cable. Yeah, people don't really try to keep up with the latest cable, you know. I mean, cable doesn't really change like that, Nick. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, like my mom's trying to get rid of cable because it's so expensive. Like those cable boxes, you gotta pay money per month. So cable can go up to around 200, 100 or $200 a month. Around two. I'm sorry. Cable can go up to around $300 a month, and that's how much you can be really spending. Hey Joe Francis, welcome in. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you, Joe. Welcome to my podcast. If you guys are enjoying this podcast, I know a lot of people are, so a lot of people do have a lot to say. If you guys are enjoying this wonderful podcast, do not make sure you guys hit that like button. Don't hesitate to hit the like button for enjoying this wonderful episode. We're officially at 20 episodes of Prices Are Too High, so yeah, as well. And I also changed the intro for my podcast as well. So I changed the intro. Next Wednesday, I will do another episode of the podcast Prices Are Too High, and next Wednesday will be episode 21. I think I'm gonna probably do a vertical next Wednesday, vertical live stream for the podcast. So I'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try to. I still want to keep my intro in, but I'm gonna use the Prism app for the instead of me live streaming it in landscape, I'm gonna do it in standard. So I'm gonna make it in standard. So we'll see how that goes. Jen said I got rid of my TV subscription, and Jen said I got rid of my TV subscription as I released. I wasn't watching TV, and anything I do watch, I can watch for free on and catch up on. Yeah, exactly. That would be interesting, Chris. Okay, darling. All right. Yeah. Darling. I saw Nick. He was using the Prism app, but he wasn't live streaming in landscape. He was live streaming in portrait. So, and I saw on my end, it brought out the vertical. Hey, Enwal, welcome in, Enwal. How you doing, Enwal? Welcome to another episode of Prices Are Too High. So we are talking about in this episode, why do people live beyond their means? And we've been having a pretty interesting discussion on why do people live beyond their means. So, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this and wrap up this podcast as well. Personally, I mean, honestly, here's my my final thoughts on this topic as well. So, yeah, no worries, and well, you can go back and watch the replay, but I'm getting ready to end the podcast in about 4 minutes. But you can watch the replay, in a moment. If you guys missed today's episode, everybody, you guys can go back and watch the replay of this episode. Prices Are Too High. So if you missed today's episode and you want to watch the replay, you could definitely go back and if you missed most of this episode, you guys can go back and watch the replay of Prices Are Too High. And next Wednesday, I will live stream another podcast episode. Prices Are Too High, everybody. And I also did the new intro as well. So I just released the I think was it. I posted the intro last night. So if you haven't seen the new intro, definitely go and check it out. Or you can rewind to the very beginning. You can check out the new intro as well. So I did update the intro as well for since we're now at episode 20. So I just can't believe we're at episode 20 now. This is interesting, but I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I enjoy doing this podcast, having these interesting conversations with you guys as well. I'll have to look. I missed it. All right. I posted it on my community tab. If you look there, it should be right there. Or if you go to my videos, it should pop up. Looking forward to checking out that intro. Okay, thank you, Jersey Jester. Appreciate it. Keep it up, Chris. Don't stop. Keep learning. Keep people engaged. Of course, always, Jersey. Always. I'll always do that. That's one thing I like to do on YouTube. Keep people engaged. I saw Chris. I like that it's short. Yeah, I try to keep the intro. I try to keep the intro short. You know. Some people just want to get right into the video, so I just try to keep. If I do an intro, I just like to just keep it short, in my opinion. So we're 51 minutes into the podcast as well. What's it gonna say? Yeah, we have 12 people in here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys missed today's episode, like I say, you guys can go back and watch the replay of it. Anyways, what time is it now? 3:58. Okay. Yeah, you can always go back. And Sean, welcome in. How you doing, Sean? I'm getting ready to wrap up, Sean. So if you miss, and welcome to the channel. How you doing? If you missed today's episode, Sean, you can go back and watch the replay. So I'm getting ready to end as well. We have 12 people in here and 13 likes. If you guys just came in, if you're enjoying this podcast, make sure you guys hit that like button. Anyways, I'm gonna end today's podcast, everybody, because I gotta hop off and meet somebody at 4:15, and I want to take off this hot ass shirt because I'm like sweating in this, and I want to get out of it, but I don't want to come on the internet without a shirt. But I'm just really hot right now. Anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that 52-minute podcast, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and joining. Really appreciate it. Anyways, tomorrow we're going to be at the Ice Cream Museum. So I just booked my ticket to go to the Ice Cream Museum tomorrow. So I'll be at the Ice Cream Museum. So I'll stream longer tomorrow. So, and I'll make sure to have my mic with me so you guys can hear me. Well, it's going to be empty anyways. But, well, some people are on vacation, but I might bump into a couple of kids. Yes, there's an Ice Cream Museum, Jersey. There is. So there's one in New York. There's one in Soho. It's off of Broadway and I think Prince Street. It's off of the R&W trains. So it's in Soho though. You can go on your phone. You could, matter of fact, you could Google it. You can Google Ice Cream Museum New York, and it should give you the information and the address. But anyways, you guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow, everybody, at the Ice Cream Museum. It's gonna be fun. Once I get off of work, soon as I get there, I will start the stream. Well, I gotta get on a train. So as soon as I get off of the train and get there, I will start the stream. But I'll try to be there on time so we can do this long stream as well. But I'm gonna try to do like 2 hours. Anyways, y'all, thank you for joining today, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, folks.